Hi everyone, Kieran Brown here, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can go through your own body transformation and how it might not take as long as you think. You might have been struggling with your weight for years. You might have a bit of a gut, not too much muscle, and you've been trying to start in the gym and commit, but you just seem to lose motivation and you can't seem to stick to a diet. You just seem to be starving yourself and you don't enjoy it. And then one little slip up and you're back to your old ways. And I'm hoping after watching this video, you'll be able to see the path for a transformation that will only take as little as 12 weeks and can really change your life. So this was me in January 2023. I just come back from traveling and honestly, I was in the worst shape of my life. I was over 20% body fat for the first time. And this is probably, I think, 21% body fat. And what I had been doing for the past few years had just not been working. I tried to get consistent in the gym, but it just didn't really last too long. The initial motivation would just run out. And I was just really stuck. I was consuming all of this information, all these videos from YouTube. You have some people saying, you have to train 3 days a week. Some people were saying six. Some people were saying, eat 4 or 5 thousand calories to bulk up. Some were saying a 250 calorie surplus. Like, there's just so much information out there. And basically, after consuming all of that, this was the result, and I wasn't happy with it, and something needed to change. So I'm going to give you some actionable steps, and this is basically what I did to finally solve that problem and see some progress in the gym with my lifts getting stronger and also leaning down and getting some ab definition. So step number one is to buy body composition scales and weigh yourself every morning. So without measuring your weight and your body fat and your muscle mass, then you're just completely guessing. And you might be doing really well, but if you don't have any data, then you might look at yourself in the mirror, think that there's no change, and you'll give up when in fact you're actually doing really well. And same can be the opposite. You might think you're making progress, but you might not be. And that's why it's so important to have the data. And I recommend daily as well, because weight fluctuates a lot during the week. So if you are weighing yourself once a week, then you might weigh yourself on that one outlier, that one fluctuation, and it can really demotivate you if it's a bad result, or it can make you think that you're doing better than you are. So that's the first thing. Every morning, measure your body composition. Weight isn't enough. I think measuring body fat percentage is key as well. You can just get these kinds of scales from Amazon. They're like $30. So every morning, as soon as you get out of bed, go to the bathroom or wherever your scales are, weigh yourself in fasted before you've eaten, before you're drinking, and make sure you've recorded it. Number two, calculate macros. I've made a video on this. I won't go into it too much. I'm sure if you've watched these kinds of videos on YouTube before, you know how to do them already. So the basics are just protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Pick your percent. You might want to go high carb, low carb. Protein, usually like 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, that kind of thing. So the next thing is basically pick one day's worth of meals that fit your macros. Might be 2 meals, might be 3, could even be 4, like whatever suits your schedule and that you find easy. So basically pick, for example, a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. And these 3 meals combined, that fits the macros of what you want to achieve. Whether you want to cut first and lean down or build some muscle, just do this and then just eat those same meals for 120 days straight. And that's literally as simple as it is. It's easier said than done. But even with even if you hit like 90 or 100 of these, you'll still make a lot of progress. And a useful phrase that I always think of is eat like a dog. And if you've got a pet dog, then you probably give it the same food like every single day. And that's exactly what works for me. Um, just the simplicity of it, and it just makes things so easy. You just switch your brain off. You don't have to think about it. You just eat the same things every day at the same times if possible. Strength train 3 times a week. Obviously, if you want to build muscle, you need to train. But even if you want to lean down, if you're in a calorie deficit and you're not training, then you'll likely lose a lot of muscle and you might not have much to start with anyway. If you're like 20+% body fat, then you can gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, called a body recomposition. And that's if you're within maybe like your first year or two of training. So yeah, I was really inconsistent with the gym. I was trying to train like 5 or 6 times a week and it just wouldn't work. And then I'd just go months without going. And I finally got committed when I bought a program, and it was literally like 45 minutes to an hour sessions a week. And that seemed doable. It was like every other day, and you had your weekends off as well. So by lowering the bar to start with, and then consistently hitting that 3 days a week, once that habit has been built, then you can build up to 4 or 5 times a week, whatever you want. But yeah, I'd say minimum 3 hours a week in the gym, strength training. And number 6 is walk 10K steps per day, or any other form of cardio that you like. Walking is low impact. I think it's the best for fat loss. If you want to do something more intense because you enjoy it, then go for it. But I'd say minimum 10K steps. That again takes about an hour if you include the steps you usually take in a day. When I worked at 9 to 5, I would do a walk before work, a walk at lunch, and a walk after work, and that would be the 10K. So these are your actionable steps. If you follow these for 12 weeks, then 100% you will make a great transformation. And here are basically the 4 habits laid out. You can even have a tracker like this, and each time you weigh in, you can tick it. Each time you stick to your meal plan, tick it. 3 hours each time you train, etc., etc. So what's stopping you from doing this 12-week transformation? What kind of things come into your mind like when I ask this question? Is it going to be social pressure from friends wanting you to go down the pub and drink, or go out for a takeaway, or to a restaurant, which messes with the meal plan? Is it going to be inviting you to do other stuff when you're supposed to be going to the gym? Is it you getting in your own way? And if say for example you don't get much sleep, like literally the other day, on Tuesday, a few days ago, I got a couple hours less sleep than I usually did, and when I woke up, I felt my willpower was definitely lower than usual, and it was definitely more difficult to make the disciplined decisions. Whereas when I've got the whole like 8 hours sleep, it's almost easy. So is that a thing stopping you? Your sleep and just your general energy? Just have a think about what is actually stopping you from sticking to this for 12 weeks. So this was the transformation I made. This was actually only in 10 weeks. I managed to drop about 18 pounds in weight and around 7% body fat. So I got down to around 13% body fat. And the funny thing is, like, now looking back at this transformation, like, I made quite a few mistakes as well. There are things which I could have done to improve the result even more, but still, I was quite happy with it. That body there on the left that had which I had built up, unknowingly, and it was just, I was in the worst shape of my life, and it took 10 weeks to completely reset that and get rid of it, and put me in a prime position where I was lean, I could see some abs, I was getting stronger in the gym. I was finally committed to the gym after so many years trying, like probably 8, 9 years since I first stepped foot in the gym. And in such a short amount of time, with the right information and the right mindset, it finally happened. And from this point, then you can, once you've got lean, then you can go on and start to build some muscle. So if you want a similar transformation to this, click the first link in the description. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.